7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Y'all, that's so like my new favorite video. I love that. Let me save it. Alrighty, guys. So it is Tuesday. I'm super excited that everyone's on here this morning. So let's just do a quick rundown of what we're doing today. So we're going to click here to start learning. Today is Tuesday. And so we're starting our morning like always with our live reading Zoom. Then when we finish this, you're going to break off and do your unique learning. Today you have, you're going to read the chapter and then you are going to answer the comprehension questions, and you have a standard connections also. Then we're going to group off into our PCI and extended content standards. PCI, you guys are learning the word not, and for those of you in extended content standards, you're reading chapter 2 of Number the Stars. If for some reason you missed, if for some reason you missed Monday's assignment, you might want to go back and read that, because yesterday we read chapter 1, and so today is chapter 2. And then we'll break off into news to you. Groups 1 and 2, we are reading about NFL is 100 today. So I'm sure you guys will find that really interesting. Then we are going live again at 10:20 with Miss Bryson for her math Zoom. Then break off into reading or unique learning, and then we have our Explore math assignments here for Tuesday. And again, if you missed yesterday, make sure you go back and do Mondays. You just don't want to miss that. And then last but not least, we have our social video today. I filmed a video about focusing on feelings, and we're going to read some more about Lee and his work and how he's feeling at work. And then you have your daily exit ticket last. So does anyone have any questions on that? All righty, we are going to jump right into unique learning. And so yesterday we just kind of did a quick read on chapter 5, finding information. So in chapter 4, our friends, our two groups had come up with their project ideas. One group about cell phones in class, and the other group was about, sorry, it's so early in the morning. The second group was about having things on the floor in class and how that could be dangerous to the students around them. And so in this chapter, they are finding information about their project, so they're doing some research. So let's jump right in.
Now that you have your problem, the next step in your project is to do research, says Mr. Landry. Research means to find information about something using different sources. We can look in many different places for information such as books, websites, or videos. We can also ask people who may know more about the topic.
So this is such an important page. So their next step in the project is to do research. That's the first important thing to remember. And number 2, research means to find information about something using different sources. So we can look at books, we can look at websites, we can look at videos, we can talk to people around us. There's so many ways that we can find information and do research.
Mr. Landry tells the students about his problem. Talking in groups during class time or in a class meeting online is distracting. I have a book that talks about different classroom rules. I will look in the book to see if there are any ideas. Mr. Landry finds a few ideas in the book. He will use these ideas to make a rule about talking during class.
So what is Mr. Landry going to use to find information? You know the answer? You can shout it out and put it in the chat bar. What's Mr. Landry going to use? What's he going to use?
He's going to use
a book.
He's going to use a book.
Yeah, he's going old school. He's looking at a book about classroom rules. So he's going to read that book and do some research, see if he can find any information.
Now it is the students' turn to do some research on their problems. Carly and Kavan are trying to decide what to do about cell phones in class. They choose to look at videos on the computer to see if there are any ideas. One video shows students putting their phones on the wall. Another video shows students using their phones for work.
So what are some ideas that they found on the internet for their phones? One video showed the students putting phones on the wall, and another video showed the students using their phones for work. So I wonder what they're going to decide to do after their research.
Carly and Kavan also want to talk to other people in the school. They talk to Ms. Donna. She thinks students should keep their phones in their backpacks and only use them when the teacher wants them to. Carly and Kavan did a lot of research. They have a lot of good ideas to help them make a rule.
So who did Carly and Kavan talk to as part of their research? Who'd they talk to? Do you know, Tyler?
Yes.
Who'd they talk to? Miss Donna, that's right. And Miss Donna had the suggestion of keeping their phones in their backpacks and to only use them when the teacher wants them to. So now they have so many different ideas of what they could do with cell phones during class.
Carly and Kavan work together. Carly thinks students should put their phones on the wall. Kavan does not like that idea. They will compromise. Students can keep their phones in their backpacks or pocket and only use them when they need them for their work.
So there's that word again, compromise. So, Carly liked the idea of putting their phones on the wall, but Kavan was not a fan of that. And so they discussed and they decided to keep the students could keep their phones in their backpacks or pocket and only use them for their work.
William and Amaya are doing research on keeping classrooms neat and organized. They get on a computer to look for different websites. There are many websites with ideas about how to organize a classroom. One website has students keep their stuff in their locker. Another website has students put them on the back of their chairs.
All right. So what do William and Amaya use to find information? Nick, where do they look for information? If you know, you're out there watching, you can put it in the chat bar. Did they look at websites or a book? You know, Nick? I think we're a little sleepy this morning. Someone out there knows. What did William and Amaya use? Did they use websites, a book, or videos? I'm going to wait till someone tells me. Are you sure? What's that picture show? I hear you, Sammy. Websites. They used websites. It's right here. They're doing research on keeping their classrooms neat and organized. They get on the computer to look for different websites.
William and Amaya do more research by talking to people. They decide to talk to Coach Box. Coach Box says he likes to have a place in the classroom set aside for everyone's backpacks and jackets that is out of the way.
So I like Coach Box's idea. He just says, you know, he has a specific place in the classroom set aside for everyone's backpack and jacket, so they're out of the way. That's kind of how me and Miss Bryson do it too. You know, I have my lockers, and Miss Bryson has her little station with all your guys' stuff that you bring from home.
Amaya and William have lots of good ideas from their research. They must now work together to compromise on a rule that will solve the problem. They decide that students may need their backpacks in class. William and Amaya decide that the students should put their backpacks on their chairs.
So after they compromised, they decided to have that students should put their backpacks on the chairs. Oh, it didn't.
Each group did a lot of research. Their research gave them ideas about how to solve their problem. They will use these ideas to make their own rules for the classroom. They will tell the rest of the class what they learned.
So each group did so much research to give them different ideas about how to solve the problem. And so now they'll tell the rest of the class what they learned. And that is it for this chapter. So let's jump on over and do some questions to review what the book was about. You guys are really smart, so we're going to do our advanced questions. All right, number 1. The next step in the student's project is to do blank. What are they doing this chapter? Starts with an R. Does anyone know?
Read.
They are reading. They're doing research. Research by reading and looking at videos. Very good. They're doing research. Number 2, research means to find information about something using blank sources. So when we're doing research, do we use just one resource, or do we use a lot of different resources? Isaac? Do we use one resource or different resources?
They can do one resource.
We got to use different resources. Each of our groups, they either did, Mr. Landry did a book, Kavan and Carly, they looked at videos and talked to someone, and then William and Amaya, they talked to someone, and they looked at websites. So we have to use different sources. Number 3, we can look in many different places for information, such as books, websites, or anyone know? You can put it in the chat box, unmute, shout it out. Do you know, Isaac? What did William and Amaya look at?
They might be looking at videos.
Videos, yep, you can use books, websites, or videos. Number 4, we can also ask blank, who may know more about the topic? So our first group talked to Miss Donna, and the second group talked to the coach. So we can always ask different people who may know more about the topic. And number 5, Mr. Landry has a book that talks about different blank rules. Someone knows this one. What are they talking about? Community rules or classroom rules?
Classroom rules.
Thank you, Reggian. Classroom rules. Classroom rules. Very good. Thanks for speaking up. All righty. Let's jump to our last questions. These are easier. They're multiple choice. Number 6. What is one idea Carly and Kavan find in the videos? To leave phones at home, to put phones on the wall, or to give phones to the principal?
Put phones on the wall.
Thank you, Reggian. Put phones on the wall. That's right. Number 7. Do Carly and Kavan, who do Carly and Kavan talk to for more ideas? Do they talk to Miss Donna, Coach Box, or the principal? Carly and Kavan were our first group. Who did they talk to? I know you know, Tyler. Who'd they talk to? Miss Donna. Very good. They talked to Miss Donna. And number 8, where do William and Amaya look for ideas? That was our second group. Did they look at news, websites, or pictures? Nick, let me know where they look. Do they look at websites or pictures? Website. Say it loud. Be confident.
Websites.
I hear Samuel saying it. Websites. Very good. Number 9. What idea do William and Amaya find to keep a classroom clean? Students put their stuff on the backs of chairs. Students do not bring their stuff to school. Or students put their stuff in the cafeteria. Very good. Yeah, students put their stuff on the back of the chairs. I mean, B doesn't make sense. Students have to bring their stuff to school. And why would we put our stuff in the cafeteria? That's just silly. So students put their stuff on the back of their chairs. And number 10, how do students decide what ideas are best? Do they toss a coin? Do they work together and compromise? Or do they decide to do the project on their own?
B.
B, yes, very good, Reggian. They work together and compromise. Very good. So that is all we're going to do today. So just a reminder, when we leave here, you guys should break off and do your unique learning systems. Log in, and you have, I believe, 3 assignments. Might be 2 or 3 assignments on unique learning for reading. And we will see you guys back at 10:20 for our live math instruction.